At least it'll be there.
And we are live, or at least we should be live. And now we will check it. So welcome everyone. So I've been starting streaming on Twitch, I think 1 week ago, and I'm already have new guests, new ideas, new projects, streaming daily, almost daily. I also streamed this morning, by the way, because of the Stack Overflow survey. So this is actually my second live stream on Twitch of today. Like I'm becoming a professional. So yes, so I will try to put some links somewhere. I think we already shared this. I really want to have a very relaxed conversation. So for me now, Twitch is like being chilled, like especially at the end of it has been a very long day. So first of all, please introduce yourself, and then we'll have a conversation mostly about in-person events, a bit of DevRel, and a bit of other stuff. So yes, so let's go. Let's start with Ellie first.
Hello, I'm Ellie. I have something next to me. It's a secret. I'll show you guys, but you have to keep watching if you want to see the thing that's next to me. You guys don't even know about it. But I'm a developer advocate at Pieces. I'm really excited. I want to talk about Francesco's purple lights in the background, and I want to talk about public speaking. I want some tips from him, and that's kind of my goal for this conversation. but go ahead, Sophia. I'm really excited that we're all three talking together, because we always go to Francesco's streams, and now we're like actually here streaming together.
Yes, we'll talk about these RGBs. Of course, this took me like around 1,000 videos to reach this level of lighting. Lighting has always been a nightmare for me. So keep complimenting me. I will not stop you. Sophia, please introduce yourself.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Sophia, developer advocate at Lead DevRel, and I'm excited to talk to everyone, especially Francesco, given that he was the first person to really help me in my developer advocacy journey.
You're not excited to talk to me, Sophia? I'm gonna cry.
Ellie, you have to deal with that.
Come on, I am.
We like Sophia for her authenticity, so yes, it's okay. It's okay. No,
it's okay. No, I'll just cry after this, so no worries.
We made a coffee chat. I think it was 6 months ago. I can't remember, but it was some time ago with Sophia.
Yeah.
But like, I want to say something like before we get into the in-person event. By the way, hi Atarva. Well, you are always first. Atarva is a really great supporter. Like some people,
it was around November, December.
Okay, they have also Pradumna here, so we are already starting having some cool faces. So some people, when they start doing especially videos, maybe they do a couple of things and then they stop or they try something. Sophia has been that trend that you. Sophia's been, that crypto that you really want. Like it grows like sort of steadily, but it's always growing since November. So I see huge potential here from Sophia. Hi everyone, by the way, we are on Twitch, so we can be relaxed here. No problem. I think Sophia has a technical issue. Great respect for her trying to do this even in non-canonical situations. Ellie, okay, Sophia maybe is here or they'll come back. Ellie, so the main topic here is in-person events. I really made a space 2 hours ago, so I come prepared with many things. I think that it's a great topic because we actually met in person, and also if you are in the chat, feel free to ask anything. I met Pradumna in person. I met Atarva in person. So like I traveled a lot. Like now every time.
Was that recently?
Last year in India. So both Pradumna and Atarva. Like this shows like I've been traveling a lot. So Ellie, was this your first in-person event, RenderTL? I can't remember.
No, my first in-person event was that conference in Texas. So it was a couple months before that. And yeah, that was because I ended up winning a ticket to that conference and it was really cool. So I was like, oh my God. I was really nervous before the first time I went, but then it was actually really fun and people were so friendly that I didn't expect people to be so friendly in the tech community. So after that, I wasn't really scared or nervous about going to conferences. But I heard Render is, so much bigger. So I was a little bit like, oh, it's going to be really big, right? But yeah, that was my second conference. And then next week I'm going to that conference in Wisconsin. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, that's kind of my experience with conferences.
Yes, and so I will have some FOMO, but it's fine. For once, I want to stay at home and just go to sleep, so I'll follow along.
Right.
But
Well, because
I
you've
might,
been going to a bunch of conferences and then you have all of your travel problems when you're trying to come back from the conference or go to the conference. It's like every time something happens.
yeah, today I made a huge mistake. So I talked with one of my Italian friends. So today I submitted 2 CFPs to 2 Italian conferences this morning. So I'll never talk to that person again. No, he's a very dear friend. He has one of the biggest Twitch accounts that I know in tech. He has like 3,000-4,000 followers on Twitch. Now he's not more active anymore, but he has been very active. But he creates Italian content mostly. Hi everyone. And so yes, so be careful with what you speak because you might get invitations to some conferences.
Some Italian conferences.
Be careful, and yes, hi Chris. You're also Chris Jones. Thank you. Yes, Sophia, I saw some great pictures of you at the in-person event. So you also gave me some FOMO. So was that at which conference you have been? Can you talk a bit about the last one you've been? And if I don't know, can't remember if it was the first one.
Yeah, so this was not my very first conference. My very first in-person conference as a speaker was November last year at my hometown. That's like a part of Nigeria. Then the last one I attended was at Lagos. That was PyCon Nigeria, and it was really amazing because I got to meet a lot of people. And so a week to the conference, I saw that they were looking for mentors for Django girls, and I signed up thinking it was a 1 hour, 2 hours coaching session. Then on the very first day, I found out that it was a 6 to 7 hours mentoring session where I get to talk about Django. And I am someone that I'm not that well versed. Well, not that I'm not that well versed in Django, but I did not think that I could teach and not confuse people about that framework. So yeah, that was an amazing experience. Then I got to speak on the third day, I think in the afternoon. And yeah, it was amazing. I got to meet people in Nigeria, outside of Nigeria. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to more conference. But for the next 2-3 months, I would just be focusing on my school because this is my last semester. So I'm just trying to round that up. And once that's done, I will go back to public speaking, go back to putting myself out there.
Yeah, can I say something before we keep going? Like, I have huge respect for people who are like studying and who are still doing all this stuff. I started marketing on social media after my bachelor's degree. Like, so for me, like you that say that you are active on Twitter and go to conferences while doing exams, I'm scared. Like, because I could never be able to do something like this. It's like, it was hard even after, but I have like huge respect for people who do this while studying, or some people they even start looking for a job like while doing the university. For me, it's mind-blowing. For me, it was hard. my degree, it was really, really hard. It could work, but working and doing this kind of creative stuff, it would have been very, very hard. And also now I would like to, talking about in-person events and of course conferences, this thing of thinking that you are sharing dumb stuff. Like I delivered like this talk even at Render. Every time, I don't know, I introduce Rust, I introduce Docker, I feel dumb. I feel like why am I even saying this? Like people should know this. But the truth is that every time I lower my bar in what I say, I always get compliments like thank you, because people don't know what I know. So that's the process of teaching. And maybe for you, even if you say basic stuff of what Django is, but maybe some people don't even know what Python is, barely. So it might actually, sometimes I ask like how many of you have ever used Django, and maybe 10 people raise their hand. So in that case, because you have a different level of experience, so this is something that is with me since I started public speaking, but I'm happy to always say, let's say, less than what I know. I lower the bar intentionally. I don't know if you want to comment on this.
Yeah, I mean it's very, very difficult combining school and combining like tech and work, because sometimes I have to like run from class to come back home to attend the meeting because I don't take my laptop inside school. And I will not say the worst part, but the funniest part of this is that I'm studying a course that is not related to com science or related to tech in general. I'm studying an entirely different course. So imagine when I have to write an exam on agriculture and diseases that affect crops, and I still have to think about either DevRel strategy or the next technical article that I'll put out there. So yeah, that's like very, very crazy. And the day one where I got to teach in Django Girls, it was also like a defining moment for me, because when I realized that I was able to teach someone and not confuse them, that also gave me a sense of motivation to start the YouTube channel.
That's awesome. I'm really excited that you ended up starting that YouTube channel. I know when we were watching Francesco, I think it was like a week ago or something. Yeah, and then we were talking about public speaking, and then like right after that, you're like, I'm starting a YouTube channel. So I love that, because you have an idea and then you just go for it right away. And I see there's a bunch of people saying hi in chat. I see Rashab is there. Hey, Rashab.
Hi, everyone. Oh, and then a special shout out to Ellie, because she was the one that really helped me come up with the intro and outro of the channel. So I had a bunch of ideas and I shared them with her, and she gave me some great points on what to pick and how to brand myself on the channel. So yes, Ellie, thank you very much.
Of course, it was you did all of the work. I just gave some feedback, but I love it. Yeah, and I love your intro and outro. It's kind of like a global sort of thing. You have a map on there. I think you still kept the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that because I don't know, it just looks cool. So, and I like the blue. Sort of similar to Francesco's blue, but yeah, because it was purple, and then I was like, I like purple, and then but I like purple. That doesn't mean you are the purple person. You have to choose the color that you like the best in your heart, I guess.
That's the hardest part, like understanding your colors. By the way, before we keep going, I shared some links because we wanted to do a collaborative live stream, so you should also follow Sophia on Twitch, Ellie on Twitch. Congratulations for reaching the affiliate, Ellie. And also Sophia on YouTube. I want her to monetize the channel by the end of 2024, so we have work to do here. And yes, so that's very important if you want us to collaborate more, maybe on their platform. So go and do that. Team Purple, I don't know, it just makes me look a bit better, the purple, but it's can also go with blue, of course.
Well, there's a thing called what is it called? It's like, everybody has their season, so everybody has like a color palette that works with their skin and their eyes and stuff and their tones. So you might be one of the ones that has a lot of purple in it. Makes sense.
I will spend my night watching color grading for your face.
You can. It's called you can search. What season am I? Colors, something like that, and you'll find it. Yeah, there's 4 seasons. So I tried to figure out which season I was, It's really hard. It's really hard to figure it out. So there's like professionals that actually do this and put these like fabrics in front of your face and test all of the colors to figure out which season you are. All I know is that I look terrible when I wear like cream or any sort of color that's like too close to my skin. It makes me look like I'm like sick. Yeah.
No, I thought this was for clothes, not for
for clothes. I think the lights would apply though, right? If you put on a light in the background that really didn't go with your, complexion, like, what if I put like some green and yellow? I think I'd start looking like a reptile, like an alien or something. But it might work for some people, Just really depends. Yeah, I'm a test. You can try it out too. Let me know what season you are. There's 4 seasons, just like the normal seasons.
So I just want to announce that I'll actually do a seasoning live stream. So I'm gonna try all the lights because I can control this with the phone. So, but this will be a dedicated live stream, a 10 hours seasoning live streams with polls, tests, engineering, group of people to decide what are my seasoning color.
Good idea. Okay. I like that. Wow. I'll be there.
Just definitely. Corn floor. Okay.
What's corn floor?
I don't know. I think Upa just wants me to wear a corn outfit. I don't know. That's my interpretation. By the way, Upa, yesterday we were on a call for like over an hour and he was helping me fix my Wi-Fi stuff. So my Wi-Fi is a lot better right now, I think, hopefully. Hopefully the connection is fine. So, otherwise it didn't work and you can blame Upa.
No, but I mean Utba is a developer, so for sure he can fix Wi-Fi's, right?
Right. His name is Mr. IT, by the way. We call him Mr. IT now.
So shout out to Utba for fixing Ellie's Wi-Fi and making this live stream possible. Yeah. So we are here because of Utba.
We're here because of Utba. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But yeah, I wanted to say, so we were talking about conferences, right? And at Render, me and Francesco got to meet, and then I won a board game at his talk. So I want to show you guys the board game. Is that okay? Can I show you guys?
I'll allow this.
Okay, I already showed it. So here it is. It's cool but it's funny because a lot of people think it's a keyboard. Doesn't it kind of look like a keyboard?
No, not someone. Everyone thinks that.
Everyone thinks it's a keyboard. Yeah. Anyway, yes. I just want to say I got a board game from Francesco, so I'm in the exclusive board game club. I think it's.
Yes, like I want to. So someone claimed that there were some. It was tricked this raffle, but it was not. I defended your honor, Ellie, because someone said, "Okay, you just wanted to give this to Ellie." No, she was just lacking AF, so it's not. We didn't cheat this time.
Right. There was a whole spinner thing. He had it on his computer in the front of the room, and I'm just lucky.
Someone recorded it, so yes.
Someone did. I don't know who it was, though. Too bad we don't have the recording as proof.
Someone who lost, and then they deleted the video, probably.
Right.
But yes. So I would like to ask you, like, since you have been in some in-person events, something that you remember that like it was like really that made you think like, okay, it was worth like to come here in person to any conference you have been, any moment.
To your talk or to a conference?
No. For one of your moments during a conference you have been, the first thing that comes up in your mind that made you say, okay, it was worth to actually come here in person.
I thought at first I thought you were asking me like, what about my talk made it worth it to come? And I'm like, well, definitely the board game. But I'm just kidding. No, it was a good talk. But yeah, for the conference thing. My main thing is just meeting people. So I know people from the internet, Twitter Spaces, you get to talk to people, coffee chats, you get to talk to people, and you talk for like an hour or 30 minutes if you do that, or you can talk in DMs or comment on people's stuff, but you don't really know them, how they are, because a lot of people can pretend to be a certain way for 30 minutes in a call. But if you meet someone in real life, it's really hard to pretend to be somebody else. So you really get to know, who people are. So like I met Upa in real life, and it was very cool. He's pretty much the same as he is in a video chat. You know, he's pretty genuine. So, but yeah, Upa, ask questions if you want. But that was my favorite part, just meeting people and like solidifying those relationships. And then later when you talk to them online or do coffee chats, it's like, wow, this is my real friend now. So really cool. I got to meet Elder in real life too. I know his secret identity. I know he's not just a cat wearing, what is it, a sombrero? Is it a hat there?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real person.
Yes,
Crazy,
absolutely.
right?
And Utpa, don't ask if you can ask, just ask. And but yes, so yeah. What about you, Sophia? Something that happened in your in-person events that, you know, like a memory, a good memory, or something that made you say, okay, it was worth to come here.
Yeah, so I got to learn more about Black Python Dev. That's like the community, because I found out that they have a community here in Nigeria, and I got to meet them. I learned a lot from them, and then something that I really enjoyed was a lot of people, especially fellow students, that were part of the Microsoft Student Ambassadorship program with me. I got to finally meet them at the conference. We've worked together for 2-3 years, and I never met them because our calendars never synced. It's either they are free and busy, I'm busy, I'm free and they are busy. And at the conference, I got to meet them, and it's amazing. Like meeting people that you've had calls with, that you've hosted virtual events with, is just amazing. Like amazing. And that's why I really can't wait. Like I'm really looking forward to meet Ellie and Francesco in an event.
Maybe we can go to Italy together if we get
Yes.
invited to an
I would-
Italian
I would-
conference, and then
I
we can be
would-
like, ooh.
I would allow that. I would allow that for sure. For me, it's always funny because this is actually an insult, but
Oh, really?
like, yeah,
I thought it was like
actually-
deepening to the word.
no, but no, I am. I'm not like a pure Italian anymore. Like, you know, I'm a Brit. Like as most of my core. So it's okay. It's okay.
What does this mean? You're
This
like
means
yelling
that
at someone?
It has two main meanings. One is like, what the hell are you saying? Like, you say something like I went to and in my talk there were 1,000 people. I would say like, Ellie, like, don't lie to me. This is basically what the hell are you saying? Or
Okay.
it can also be, what the hell do you want? Like, you start shouting at me for something I did, and I start saying this, like, Ellie, but what do you want from me? What the hell do you want?
Oh.
So,
That's
okay.
interesting. I thought it was like, you know, it feels like you're holding something. Like I thought it was like sprinkling some seasoning on your words. You know?
actually thought the same thing.
I don't know. I've been taught this like usually Italians don't even question this. They just get taught this and they just use it as this gesture. So there is not like a gesture in school. You just do it and you don't know why you do it.
I guess I have to learn. I have to learn the right gestures, the
Exactly.
appropriate kind gestures.
We can do an Italian gesture live stream dedicated a session. So
Yeah.
will probably be a paid course, of course, but it's something that I will do at some point. And I already know that will be my viral video. I already know, but
It would.
give
It
me
would.
some time.
I think before, if we do get invited to some Italian conference, we do have to do some kind of practice before we go to
In
make
that
sure we
case-
don't
Yeah.
offend anyone.
In that
you know?
case, I can open mentoring sessions in bundles for a huge discount. Ellie, for you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds fair.
Yes. Yes. So I always like to, address the elephants in the room, and I'm not talking about podcasts. Like, is there something during a conference, or maybe in this conference thing that maybe you didn't like? You can talk about a specific event, or maybe, I don't know, something that maybe it was not what you expected. You don't have to say names or about specific people, but more about like situations or something that you didn't like, or maybe you think that could have been done better.
I would say that probably if I choose, so when I went to render, I basically, all the talks that I chose were because I knew the person personally, maybe from Twitter or something. So I knew that they were okay people and they probably have some speaking ability. So I feel like all the talks I went to were actually really good at render. But when I went to that, I didn't choose based on personality. I just chose like, oh, maybe that's a cool topic. And I think that if you do that, sometimes you can end up at like a really boring talk because maybe the person, you know, is not that good at speaking in general. So it doesn't matter what they're talking about. It won't be very interesting. And then the thing is, like, if the room is in the shape where you can't leave easily, it's really awkward because you can't leave. So you end up sitting there for like a whole hour. And it would have been better to spend that hour like out in the hallway talking to random people than like sitting in a talk that is just really boring. So I would say that that's my main thing. I try to avoid being trapped in a room for an hour so to avoid that, I'll just choose people that I'm like, okay, maybe I've seen their videos on YouTube or something, and I know that they are good speakers at least, or the topic is just so interesting that probably it's going to be okay. So that's kind of my thing.
Yes, I need to stretch. Give me 10 seconds. So Ellie, following up question. So you were at my talk and you were sitting kind of in the middle. So are you trying to tell me something?
No, I just didn't want to sit in the front. But I think it was at the talk too. I don't know if he was there. Oh no, I think I was sitting next to some random person. But it was a good talk. No, because I don't know Rust, but I feel like you introduced it to us pretty well. Like, even though I didn't know Rust, the demos were really cool with the translation. If you didn't have the demos, then I probably would be confused because I don't know Rust. But the demos were cool, so
yes.
I was like, all right.
By the way, that demo works because people clapped even as we are developers.
That's
so
awesome.
It worked. I'm planning to do this if I ever do this presentation in Italy with an Italian talk. In that case, I will do the talk in Italian and then the demo in English, and they will have the subtitles in Italian of me speaking in English. So that will be really it's a bit different, but
that will be amazing.
And also, I need to start creating some content out of this, because now I've been at these conferences, so now it's time. Just give me a couple more days, but I will share more, of course, going a bit out of context here.
Yeah, and also your talk was really cool because you were kind of engaging with the audience too. I remember you asked like many questions throughout the talk, like, oh, who knows Rust? I think that was like your first one or something, and I think like one person was like, I know Rust. I don't remember, but because some talks they don't ask any questions and don't engage with the audience. I think it's better to engage a little bit in some way, you know, then the audience feels like they're part of the talk, not just listening.
Yes, I like what Rishab said, that yes, you need to, it sounds like you don't need that, but like, especially if you're not used to go to these big events, you don't want your social energy to just be absolutely drained, so dose your energy, because otherwise on the second day you'll be this.
Yeah.
So great tip by Rishab. I'll finish my stretching. I also need to redo the bundling. So basically now I have people using bits. And yes, Sophia?
Yeah. So at the last conference that I attended, one thing that I really didn't like was the fact that I didn't get to see lots of young people at the event. Now, by young people, I mean like people in high school, people in secondary school. I mostly saw people that were either graduates or people that are currently working in tech. And this is something that we face a lot in Nigeria, because most people don't see tech as like a path where they can explore. And I'm really hoping that the next conference, either PyCon or the next conference that I get to attend, either as a speaker or as an attendee, I really hope to see more young folks there, more young people, because I don't know, I'm really lucky and happy that I got to learn about tech when I was quite young. And this is an amazing part that I strongly believe that a lot of people, a lot of young ones out there would really benefit from that. And about the advice that Rishab gave, this is something that I wish I had did. So after the second day, my energy dropped down. Like, okay, sorry. After the first day, my energy dropped down. I attended the second day very, very late because it took me 2 hours to get out of bed, 1 hour to have a shower, and another 1 hour to leave my house. So yes, if you are attending a multiple day conference, a multiple day event, ensure that you protect your social energy. And I'm someone that my social battery runs down very, very fast. Like I can be talking to you right now, and in the next 2 hours I'm tired. I just want to go home and go and sleep. So yes, this is something that I really, really wish I had considered, and not just going the first day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day with so much energy.
Yes, I can say that you can work on this skill. Like how I feel now, like a jacked introvert, so I can actually resist way more. Let's say I have my level of energy drops way lower, but it still lowers, but like way slower than before. And I think that like I need some time, I don't know, to just be with myself in my room. So I balance with that. But yes, it's I think this is a great way, especially maybe if you're in the first conference, because maybe I don't know, maybe there's something we want to do, but for example, the live stream that we made with Ellie, I managed to do that because I've been to 25-30 conferences. Otherwise I would have skipped, because I think we did this on the last day.
Yes, right, you were literally about to leave. So
for example, for me it's very hard to do my live stream before my talk. I never did it so far. Like all the live streams that I managed to do in the last 4 or 5 conferences, always after my talk. So since Render was the last talk of the last day, my only opportunity was to do this just before leaving. So for example, I do this on priority. I know that I could do this before my talk, but I'm not in the mood. Probably in the future I might start to do this. I want to say something funny that happened during the conference. So during the speakers dinner, I had a small, let's say, argument, because one person told me like at some point they said, okay, yes, but Francesco, you are an extrovert for sure. And I said, no, I'm just a jacked introvert. I'm used now to do this. I've been doing this forever. And that person said, no, you are an extrovert. And I said, I'm sure I'm not, because I'm sharing this also on social media. I made a talk about this. So I studied even some psychology. And so at some point I had to give up. But I say, okay, so if you know how I feel, I just stop. So I couldn't manage to convince that person. We need more students from college needed to attend conferences or tech events. It can help boost their confidence prior to starting their career. Yes. And for example, not many people know this, but I actually attended a conference in 2018 before all the social media started in 2019, and I think that attending that conference helped me out. So especially even if you want, I don't know, to start being active on social media, if you manage to go to a conference, of course, even as an attendee, you just check a couple of talks. It can really open your mind and make you think, okay, maybe I want to learn this technology, maybe I can try to start sharing something about this specific topic I like. So I find conferences like a source of inspiration for me. For example, I don't know, Ellie, that the demo that I created, it was during a conference. So 3 months earlier, I had the idea of what you saw, and I made this during the conference. So after the live stream with Eleftheria. Yes.
That's really cool. Yeah, I agree with you that, whenever I go to a conference, I do feel super inspired, and I'm like taking notes and things that I want to do later. Maybe I want to talk to this person later, or I want to do some kind of collab or work on something new. And I get so inspired. And I'm not an introvert, I don't think. I'm definitely an extrovert. So if I go to a conference, I'm like, of course I get tired in normal life. But I feel like when I go to conferences, because I'm around people all the time, I just drink more coffee and then I am like awake the whole time and I'm like, let's go. But I just don't like doing stuff really late at night just because I don't like to, I'm not really into like drinking and stuff. So but other than that, like I have a lot of energy when I'm at a conference. But if I'm at home, for an extended period of time, even if I talk to people online or something, coffee chats or live streams, like if I don't actually go out and talk to people, I'll start getting like more and more tired over time, and to the point where I'm like feeling terrible, so I have to do stuff and go out. So conferences are great because I'm like, wow, I just recharged myself for the next like 2 weeks maybe. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like after the conference, I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna plan a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but this is just how we are. I want to say that I don't want like to start a war with extroverts. It's just the way we are. Our brain is tired. Yeah. And I also want to say, for the sake of recording, that also extroverts, they suffer. They have to put the effort. It's not easy. It's just the way your brain works. An extrovert could suffer for being alone. I never suffer for being alone, for example, which is great. For example, now I've been alone for 2 days at my home and I am actually recharging. And maybe only for you it might sound strange, but now, for example, I'm in recharge mode and it's fine. I see people talking about coffee here.
Well, yeah, coffee is a cheat code. I feel like I need to have a lot of coffee and keep it up. And then, right after the conference, I'm like, okay, I need to stop drinking so much coffee now. But yeah, for example, like, yeah, if I spend like 2 days completely alone, I don't know why, just something happens to my brain and I'll just start getting like very sad and very uncomfortable. And it's fine, I can do that, and then I'll get used to it though, and then I'll be like, no, I don't want to go out and see people, and I get stuck in this like, oh, I don't really want to do that, I don't want to go out, but I trick myself into thinking like, oh, this is comfortable now, so I get into this comfort habit routine thing, and then I am stuck in this cycle. But I don't know that I need to go and do stuff, and I'll feel so much better if I do that. So like a conference, I'm like, oh, well, I have to go. I bought these plane tickets. So, and then I might be really nervous or kind of uncomfortable before I go. But then when I'm actually there and talking to people, I feel so much better. And I'm like, oh, this is great. So that's sort of my perception.
Yeah, so I think I am like Fran. I really enjoy staying alone. Like, I have once spent one whole week in my room. I didn't speak to anyone, and that was like the best week ever because I'm alone, I'm recharged. I mean, I and my parents keep trying to make me go out. So every time I go home to the family house, my mom keeps forcing me to go out, like, go see your friends, go talk, go speak to another human. Compared to my younger sister, that they are trying to keep her at home. So, yeah, that's quite funny. And when it comes to coffee, so coffee makes me very, very sleepy. Like, if I take coffee right now, in the next 5 minutes, I've fallen asleep. Then I thought that it was because I used too much milk and sugar. So I started to take black coffee. And it was worse because I slept within 2 minutes. I've tried three types of coffee and the same thing.
Yes, so first of all, you should try the Italian espresso. For me, a great downside of going to conferences is that it's so hard to find a good Italian espresso. Sometimes when I go to conferences for jet lag, or without espresso, I started feeling super sleepy. So people think that they are boring, but it's not. It's because like I stopped getting a coffee. We call it coffee in Italy, but it's basically espresso. But there is a study that like when you get coffee, first of all, if you get the coffee with sugar, it's the sugar that gives you like the wake up effect. So and also, if you take the coffee, you have a sort of slope. So basically you start like say having more energy, but then it falls off after 2-3 hours. That's it's a study. So basically, yes, if you want, if you know that you have to do something important in 2-3 hours, probably getting a coffee might be even a bad idea. So you should take it right before, because it will eventually slow down and make even feel even more sleepy, I would say. So Sophia's coming back soon. I want to say hi to Bob and other people here. I really like this this conversation. Relatable. My calendar is filled. Talks I want to attend. You create a calendar during conferences, Rishab? I'm not at that level yet.
Yeah, I do that too. Like if I'm going to
I don't.
conference, I'll put all the sessions that I want to go to on my Google Calendar thing, because then I'll forget some. You know, maybe there's one that I really want to go to. If I don't put it on the calendar, I'll definitely forget about it.
Yeah, probably, but max 1 or 2 for me. Let's say I don't schedule the whole conference. Maybe unless
I schedule everything. Like even if I'm going to eat.
You know, maybe now you'll think I'm crazy, but I never used Google Calendar before starting the interviews on my channel. So before 2020, I never used Google Calendar before. When I started doing the 100 interviews in 100 days on my YouTube channel, I had to start to schedule them. Otherwise, I would start like to forget like these calls. And since then, since October 2020, if something is not on my calendar, even if it's a call with a very important person, I will probably not be there. So that's super important for me. So that's probably, yes, a good idea. Usually for the talk I have, of course, the slot of my talk. Sometimes if a conference is well organized, it should go automatically on your calendar. But then usually I don't put it, but because maybe I want to focus more on like creating content, doing a live stream. Yes, pretty much put everything on my calendar and schedule things according, but I always never follow it. Love it, Utba. This is the Alice in Wonderland format, I would say. You schedule everything and then you don't follow it.
Yeah, I don't think I could survive without my calendar, because if I have so many like small meetings with people that I would forget all of them, and then I'd feel really bad. I'd be like, well, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot. I need to have everything scheduled, and I need to schedule like, you know, if I'm at a conference, I need to schedule like, oh, I'm gonna eat during this time, because if I don't, then maybe I'll go like to another thing or talk to people, and then I won't eat. Like, it's bad. So yeah, I gotta schedule everything. But
this is very interesting. For example, I always do to-do list when I'm here at home. I have also it here. I'm not sure because I have something personal here, but usually I put every hour what I'm about to do. Usually it's one thing per hour, and basically the rest is like, you know, like free time, I would say. So and yes, I also have to drink because Rishab shared this. Thank you so much, Rishab, for making me drink. I need to update this bundle and to update some of these. Not to schedule or schedule. Since you're from UK, I would say schedule to it. Okay, just for you, Bob.
yeah, make sure to eat. Upa said, I just adapt this habit to keep everything in the calendar, because in case if I don't remember, then I know it's always going to be in my calendar. Yeah. I mean, even if it was like my best friend, and I didn't put it in the calendar, I would definitely forget. And then they would be like, where are you? I'm at the ice cream place. And I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
Yes, I would absolutely forget it. You know, also something that works very well for me, since we're talking about scheduling or scheduling things. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, I know that at 3 p.m. On Tuesday, I released my Rust edited video, but still I put this on my calendar because I might actually forget. Maybe someone wants to schedule a call, so I actually this slot on my calendar every week, and also I have one for Friday when I usually release a short. This actually saved me today because I forgot to usually share a short on YouTube every Thursday 3 p.m. if I'm not traveling and doing crazy stuff. This actually was the reminder that I needed to post it. Otherwise, I would forget because I already made the live stream this morning on Twitch, so I basically forgot to share this. So scheduling and also the live stream on Saturday of Rust. Usually, I have a slot. This helps me a lot, especially when someone wants to schedule something, and this basically will clash, and I'll see that I have this activity. So this helps me really a lot. I would like to know from other people. This ads. I don't know YouTube.
Yeah, I think your ad scheduling on Twitter is a little bit weird. Like you might have to look at your ad scheduling because there's an option just to have a pre-roll, or you could have a mid-roll or something. Like there's different settings, and then it could notify you like when the ad is gonna start. So you could say like, hey, an ad's gonna start in 30 seconds. Because when I was watching your stream, it'll randomly turn on an ad like multiple times, and then I don't know what you're saying anymore. So
I actually never got the ad. So I think I may be doing something right. I did not get the ad. I think I only got the ad once I can't remember if it was yesterday's Twitch stream, but that was only once and the very first time since he started streaming on Twitch. So whatever I'm doing, I'm doing that right.
Yes. I just want to say that I would like to remove them or basically just keep one, of course. So it's not something that I'm doing intentionally. It's just that I need to basically refresh and probably revamp all the Twitch accounts. I don't even know the rules. Probably they changed. I haven't streamed for like 6 months, 1 year on Twitch, so I'm sorry for that. And Matthias, let's say repeat everything you said because I missed it. No. It's definitely my fault. But yes, I mean, people they push for me streaming on Twitch. Now I'm streaming on Twitch on YouTube. The less ads. That's it. So yes. What else? Future conferences you want to go to?
Render. I want to go for Render.
You got the phone.
Yeah. Render.
We got
That's
you.
like I actually have a list on my notebook. I have a list of conferences I want to go for. Render, that's DevRel Con. Hopefully I get to attend the one in India this year. And PyCon Africa, PyCon Europe. Okay, I think those are just the ones I can remember. But I know that on my notebook I have over 20 conferences I want to attend.
Mm-hmm. I think there has been a PyCon here in Italy, in Florence, which is very close to my house. Maybe I'll attend that next year. I don't know if we'll meet at Render. I don't know if I actually will go to Render. I hope so next year, but we will see. It's probably worth going, even if of course it's a bit far. But yes. What about you, Ellie?
Yeah, so I want to keep going to that conference just because that conference is my favorite. And I want to go to I'm not a Python person, but I want to go to PyCon in Taiwan because I have a bunch of friends that live in Taiwan, and I want to go to some conferences there in general. Because I just think that would be cool. Because then I can like see some like Chinese talks about tech. I think that would be really awesome. And then I also like in the future, okay, maybe like 4 years in the future or something, like maybe if I have some better tech knowledge, I think it'd be cool to do a talk in Taiwan, but not in English. Like I want to do it in Chinese. I think that would be so fun. So that's like a far away goal of mine. And then I want to go to that one conference in Amsterdam. I forgot what it's called though. It's called something. I don't know. But I saw people post about it, and I want to go to Amsterdam because my friend lives there. So I have ulterior motives for why I want to go to some conferences. But I heard PyCon is good, so I do want to go to one eventually. Oh, and then I'm gonna go to a conference next month. It's called DevOps Days or Days of DevOps, something. DevOps Days, I think, and it's in Halifax. So I heard that it's a cool conference, but I've never been, so I'll see. I'll post about it and we'll see if it's good.
Yes, if you're in the chat, you should type what is a conference you want to go to. Sometimes I even ask on Twitter, like, what is a conference you would like to go? I swear that it's not an engagement bait. I really want to know at which conference you are going, because I want to actually know, especially since I'm not that active in looking for conferences. Usually I wait for them to contact me, so I'm sure that I missed some of them, but it's fine. A conference I want to go is that conference. So probably in 2025, Oscar Fest 2025. So these are like the two, I'm not saying this because you're here, but like the two conferences that I really want to go are these ones. And then I would see maybe something in Asia, something in South Korea or Australia. And I declined an offer to go in South Korea as a conference 2 weeks ago, and now I'm regretting it because I was told that I was like too much packed, but now I'm regretting, of course, but it's fine because I said it's too much, so it's but now I'm regretting it, yes, for not saying no. It's fine. I had enough long trips. Now basically I have just 5 more travels, and they're all very close to my house, let's say max less than 1,000 kilometers, so relatively close. I guess Francesco will be attending that conference 2025, so I'm not coming anymore. Okay, so just okay. I changed my mind, Utba. No, I don't think it's worth. I don't. No, I don't think it's worth.
Utba, see what you've caused. See what you've caused, man.
Terrible.
But yes, and nice. So, what else? If you have any questions, I think now it's the perfect time. If you want to take the opportunity to ask something directly to Ellie and Sophia, or me, I would like to maybe to discuss if you think that it's really worth going to conferences, if conferences are for everyone. So, what would you say to someone maybe that they have not been to too many conferences? You can also type in the chat how many conferences you have been so far.
So to answer Upa's question earlier, he said Mandarin or Cantonese. I'm saying Mandarin. I don't know Cantonese. Cantonese is only spoken in a part of China, but Taiwan, they speak Mandarin and Taiwanese. So definitely Mandarin. But yeah, also I know there's like a controversy thing where people are like, oh, Chinese isn't a language, you should say Mandarin. But if you talk to like most Chinese people or Taiwanese people, they're gonna say like, oh, I speak Chinese. Like it's so I know there's in English we like to differentiate, but really it doesn't matter. And yeah, I forgot the question, what you just asked.
Yeah, basically that's kind of like is it worth to go to conferences and why?
Oh yeah, I think it's worth it. Yeah, and you said for who would it not be worth it for? I think it's worth it pretty much for everyone. Because I think even if you're really shy and awkward and stuff, like if you go to a conference like that conference, everybody's really, really nice and you'll meet so many people. Even if you come in there and you don't know anyone, you're going to meet so many new friends. I think it's better though, if you are really shy and scared of going to a conference and you're a shy person, not like, oh, I'm so nervous, anxious, but then you go and you talk to everyone. I'm saying like, if you literally are so socially anxious and shy, you should go to like a smaller conference or one that's like more has that family vibe. So that conference is a really good option because people are so friendly. It's much, in my opinion, the friendliness level is much higher than Render. Like you sit down with someone and immediately like they're going to start talking to you and be your friend and stuff. I know it sort of happens at Render, but there was a lot of times where I like sat next to somebody like we didn't really talk. So I think that it's still a good idea, but you should choose your conference based on your social level, probably.
Yeah, great.
So that's sort of my answer.
Yes,
Yeah, so
great
um,
take, Sophia.
just to share a few things to what she said. So, if you're very, very shy or nervous to attend a conference, I would advise you to pick a conference that the crowd is not much, so you get to have a one-on-one talk with the people that attended. And I think that that was what I did that really helped me, because my very first conference, we were around 100 or 150 people that attended. So I had the opportunity to sit down, talk to other attendees, learn from them, and connect with them on Twitter and LinkedIn. So yes, if you can start attending conferences in smaller crowd, um over time you would be able to attend a large conference like Render or Oscar Fest that has like over 700 plus people. Oh, and
Yeah.
just
Yes.
to answer Bob's question, I have no idea why YouTube hits me, but I had to create another channel, use the same number that they rejected the very first time, and it worked. So I guess.
Yeah, so sometimes like with all these things, some random problems they come out. Like if it was not hard enough already to just just create the videos. So this is like the overhead, the useless overhead. I see Utpa is on a roll because he has a very long list. This is like sounds like a Santa Claus to-do list of conferences like DevConf, FinTech, DevCon, ClueCon, DevOps, Automatic, and OIC Summit. I hope you'll get to all of them, Utba. And yes, React Miami. I was that close to come to React Miami. I've been in Miami for ETH Miami last October. Miami I really liked it. But now you are verified, Sophia. No,
Yes,
Oh, is
yes.
it in October? Is React Miami in October?
No. ETH Miami. It was
Oh.
Ethereum Miami in last October. I was a mentor for a
Oh.
hackathon.
Because
Something
I know there's the DevOps days or days of DevOps or something. I think it's in September or October or something. I don't know. I don't remember, but I was telling Upa about it, so maybe we'll both go to that. But I don't really know for sure if I'll be here during that time. But yeah, it'd be cool to go to React Miami. I just don't know when that is.
So Ellie, I'm now curious to hear you speak Cantonese. Sorry, Mandarin. Because Wise said it, and now I want to hear you say something in Mandarin.
I feel shy now, so I don't know. I don't know. I feel so weird about it. It would be
Oh,
normal
come
if I
on.
was like speaking with some people, but I feel like now if I do it, I just feel embarrassed.
All right. Okay, just be like an introduction. Hi, I am Ellie. I'm from this. I love this, and I love this.
So
Let's hear it.
what I propose to make Ellie feel less awkward is that we do an introduction. You can do this in Chinese. Then you can make Sophia one in your language, and I can make one in Italian. Then we'll try to add the captions, but I can't promise because it might be hard to synchronize. But
Sure.
we can try this experiment if you want.
Yeah, that would make me feel better. Because Wise said he wants you to speak in Spanish, Sophia. So
They asked Spanish for you, Sophia. Whatever.
yeah,
All right. Okay. So should I go first?
yes.
Whatever.
All right.
Great.
So,
You see, Sophia is always growing. You see, it's
Yes.
all uphill. I know.
yeah.
She's gonna crush it.
So before I start, I'm very, very bad in Spanish. Still learning. So this is it. Hola, me llamo Sofía. Yo soy de Nigeria. Uh, how do you say? Okay, te amo gato y café.
You know what's great? I never studied Spanish in my life. I understood 100% of what Sophia said. So
You're
Italian
welcome.
people, they understand Spanish very well, even without studying it. There is the meme that if you remove the S in Spanish, you have Italian. So I understood everything, of course. Yes. Do you want to
Ellie's
go
your
second or
turn.
you want to go third, Ellie?
I don't know. I still feel nervous. I'm thinking about what I should say. Should I just say I like cats? I
If you
don't
want.
know.
If you want, I can go, whatever.
Yeah, you go first. I'm thinking about what I want to say. I guess I'll
Okay,
say the
so-
same thing that Sophia said.
Ok, ciao a tutti, mi chiamo Francesco, sono di Roma, questa è la mia voce quando parlo in italiano, sentite la mia R come suona diversa, il mio nome è Francesco, la mia R suona veramente così, è la prima volta che parlo in italiano sul mio canale Twitch, credo, e basta. I gatti, perché no?
I don't know how I can
That's
follow
it.
up with that. I feel like that was really good, whatever you said. It was perfect.
Yeah.
native speaking. Okay, let me think. What do I want to say? 嗨，你好，我是艾丽，但是那是我的中文名字，我的英文名字是 Ellie。然后我很喜欢猫咪，我喜欢打英雄联盟。我不知道，我觉得很尴尬，因为我没有说过中文，就是在直播的时候。So I just said, "Hi, my name is Aili, and that's my Chinese name, but my English name is Ellie." And then I said, "I like cats and playing League of Legends, and I feel really awkward because I've never spoke Chinese in a live stream before." So that's what I said.
So,
Wow, that was very good.
So I was not expecting this. Otherwise, I swear that I would have used my application during this live stream. So next time we will try it out because this is getting
We can
super
try it.
interesting. So yes, I understood Francesco, and that's about it. Sound really good.
So,
Middle Italian, something in Spanish.
Yeah, so I think I want to speak Pidgin. So Pidgin is like the general English that we have in Nigeria. I'm very bad at it, but not as bad as Spanish. So okay, let me just try to remember how to say it. Okay, Pidgin. Pidgin is like Alpha. My name is Sophia. Okay. No. I'm guessing that very, very wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Because the language that's coming to my head is Igbo, and I'm trying to remember Pidgin. Okay, let me just say it in Igbo, just my name. So in Igbo, if I want to say my name is Sophia, my native name is Nene, which means grandmother. So if I want to say that, I can say Ahambo Nene. So that's how it is. Because in Nigeria we have so many different language, but Pidgin is like a general language that everyone knows. Just like how in US there's English that everyone knows.
That's cool. We heard another side of Sophia today.
Yes, it's great too, and it's funny how like we really try to then understand each other using English as a protocol, I would say, but it takes effort, of course. I turned down the ads for now, then I'll see. It should be 5 minutes per hour, but maybe from what you said, it seems a bit more.
I think it's
No.
like you put the ads. There's multiple ads in the hour. There's a setting where you can just have the one ad in the beginning and then no ads for the rest of the hour. So that might help. But oh my god, my cat is like trying to get into my room. I don't know if you can hear that.
I think it can just bring views, so for me it's welcome.
Yes, I want
Okay,
to
I
see
might let him in.
Peter.
I'll be right back.
No worries. Sophia, I want to ask you, like, what will be your next video on YouTube about, or do you have an idea or not?
Yes. So after my class today, I came up with a breakdown of what I want to do, or basically like a 3 month plan. Because after our chat on your live stream this morning, it gave me an idea on the milestones I need to set. So for the next 3 months, you all should be expecting a Python full crash course for beginners, where we'll be talking about how to install Python, data types, regular expression, functions, method. And so tomorrow I will be releasing my very first video for the playlist, which will be installing Python. Installing Python on your laptop, setting it up on your VS Code, and writing your very first hello world. Unfortunately, I am not here I'm not in school with my Windows laptop, so I had to record the installation parts on my Mac, and hopefully I get to link a quick guide on how to install that on Windows. But it's like similar process, so that should not be hard for someone using Windows.
Yes, I loved this, and you know what you will like, that probably those videos will be the most watched, because if you think like for new languages, installation and hello world are the most requested things. Like, so my Rust hello world video is actually the most watched of the playlist, because people don't check for like lifetimes in Rust. Like only advanced people, they look for that. But hello world is the most things. And I would really focus on the SEO, so the keywords that you are currently using, hello world, Python, because that makes a huge difference. You can have 10 times the views if you make it properly. So best of luck with that.
Thank you.
And yes, I'm just looking for a bird name. One of my goals: speak 7 languages. Cat's name.
This is Peter. So he's actually part Bengal cat, so that's why he's so big. So he's part Bengal tiger. Just probably a small portion, but the vet, that's what they said. They were like, oh, where'd you get this cat? And we got it at the shelter for like $10, but they were like, wow, worth a lot more than $10. So we got lucky with this giant cat. But yeah, he's really, because Bengal cats, like the mixed cats, they're really needy. So they really like, hugs and attention and stuff. And we used to let him go outside, by himself. But he got hurt so many times that we can't let him out anymore. So I started taking him out on walks with a leash. Uh-oh. Don't turn off the live stream. Yeah, he's a baby. Yeah, look, he just doesn't care. You could just do anything, and he's like, yeah, this is fine with me.
Oh, I can't wait to have a cat.
Anyway.
5% payload. Yes. Nice. Now, so I asked Sophia her next video, and I really loved the idea. I also love the idea that now you can make thumbnail tests on YouTube. I'm loving this. Today I created like 3 more different versions, so you can actually put 3 versions of the thumbnail and see which one wins. Sometimes it's absolutely unexpected results. Cool. Ellie, so you are an affiliate now on Twitch. What's your next goal? So do you have a plan?
So I want to make emotes, so I might make them on stream, or I might just add them. I think I have a couple already. But yeah, my goal is just add some cool emotes and then see what happens. I'll keep on streaming as per usual, but I don't really have a goal besides just like continue what I'm doing and have cat emotes.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, great, and yes, so thank you so much, Bob. So I can also ask this to myself. Saturday we will start testing in Rust. You will be surprised on how easy it is to do test-driven development in Rust. Usually, you use like additional library on stuff, a framework in Rust is integrated in the language. You literally just use a couple of things and you're done. You will see. It really surprised me because I was saying, oh no, not testing now, like I hate that. But Rust, it might actually be worth. Jason is here. Jason also started to stream on Twitch. I see more people like stream on Twitch, or maybe now I'm noticing it. I'm the pregnant women like syndrome, but with Twitch live streams, and every one of my friends is streaming on Twitch. What are the key takeaways of learning objectives of the conference? What do you mean by learning objectives? Key takeaways. Or learning objectives.
Yeah, I think he just means like what are the things that you want to learn at a conference when you go? Do you have like a plan of stuff that you want to learn while you're there? I think that's what he means.
Oh,
Is there anything that you want to learn, like specifically when you go to a conference, Francesco, or are you just going to share your learnings
so the
with
main
people?
goal for me is that if there is someone that I already know online, I want to go out to the conference that I spent at least 30 minutes with that person and having like a conversation like we did, Ellie. Like I achieved my goal of the conference. So that's my actually main
Your goal was to meet me,
For
to hang
example,
out with me?
I failed the goal with you, Utba, for example. We failed because we didn't know so well. So that's my key takeaways. I want to go out of the conference. That's how I am more confident in speaking to someone. Ellie is an example of this. So this is usually my key takeaways, and of course, deliver the talk as good as I can. I consider the talk that I made in Berlin my best talk so far from my speaker perspective because I was super relaxed. I actually had lunch 30 minutes before a talk. I could have never done this like 2 years ago. So I was really relaxed and I made a couple of jokes. I had my Italian group supporters on one side. So it really, like, I rarely say this, but I've been proud of myself, for example. So this is absolutely an achievement. And yes. Yeah, and I would like to start to wrap up. What about you, Sophia? Key takeaways or learning objectives?
yeah. So before I plan to go for a conference, let's say a week to the conference, I check the schedule. If I know anyone that is speaking, I go there and support the person. If I don't, I try to pick out topics that would be interesting. Like let's say like at PyCon, there were topics about Django, topics about bits of DevOps. So those were the ones I attended. Then I went out to support some friends of mine. So that's what I do so that I don't get burnt out by attending everything and being everywhere at the same time because I easily shut down or burn out.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sophia. So let's see. Thank you so much. Let's see. Can we expect more board games giveaway? So I'm actually out of board games. So I had 4, and I gave 1 per conference. So one, it was the Render, We Are Developers, the Poland one, and the Romania one. So I'm actually out
limited
of board.
edition
Out.
club.
This is why they are called limited edition and not unlimited edition. So now the thing that Ellie has raised in price by 10 times because it's not available anymore. So now I'm sorry, Utma.
I know.
I just feel like she showed us to pain us. Like she just did it like you all, it's out and I got one of the last ones.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. I have this interesting question by Bob. Best conference subject matter for a new speaker. I remember my
Cats.
first one. Cats. I will probably attend that. Cats and AI. You are sold to me.
Cats, how to make cat, what if an AI could like communicate with your cat, right? Cat language translator. That's your next project.
Okay.
Not human language.
Actually nice. I would say I want to give a different answer, but of course there is one is valid too. Something that you're passionate about. Because if you talk about something that you're passionate about, even if you forget some parts, you will never go short on what things to say. My first talk was actually introduction to blockchain, and I was in that period really diving deep into blockchain, as more or less what I'm doing now with Rust. So if you talk about something that you're passionate about, you will never be short on things, and people can feel if you're passionate about what you're saying or not. You always feel that. If if it's a pitch, if it's like a company talk, or if they are annoyed, you feel it as a human. So I will choose a topic that you're really passionate about. It doesn't have to even to be technical. For example, I want to say this very quickly. The first webinar I ever done, it was a Docker one. I've been invited by Danny Thompson. It was October 2020. I never made any lesson online. That pushed me to don't like non-showing at that event. I was that close to just don't show. But since I was something very very passionate about, or a topic that you really like, you will forget about the anxiety and things because you have so much to say. Maybe it will not be your best talk, so I will go with something emotional. And even if you put something very low level that might sound dumb to you compared to what I said before, some people don't know this. If you make an introduction to Next.js, not everyone has ever tried Next.js. You might be surprised. Sometimes I ask 10%, 20% of the people have ever tried Next.js. So it depends how nerd and how much you are into those technologies. Yes, someone else would like to answer this?
Yeah, well, I see Jason is ready for that conference. And yeah, I am going to bring this board game. I am going to bring it so we can play it. I have never played it actually because I have nobody to play it with. So I need some fellow developers to play it with. So definitely going to bring it. And then Jason, he's doing a talk at that conference. So that should be pretty good. I think he's pretty passionate about it. It's about like community building, right, Jason? So I think, even if you, I guess to answer the question, I think the same thing. Like if you want to choose a topic that you're passionate about, it doesn't even need to be super technical. It can be, soft skills or something, just depending on like if the conference accepts those kinds of talks. I personally think soft skills talks are more interesting usually, just because I'm like, well, now I'm inspired. Now I'm going to go do some community building. So at least I hope I get inspired by Jason's talk. Otherwise, I'll feel like I wasted an hour of my life. But no, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, and when it comes to soft skills, like topics about soft skills at conferences, I noticed that, well, from my experience, the conferences that I do attend here in Nigeria, they don't talk about that, and that's quite sad because developers need to know about soft skills. It's not all about coding, because you can code, you can build the next big thing, but if you don't have the soft skills or if you don't have the communication skill, you will definitely not get the job you want. So yes, soft skills talks, especially at conferences or meetups, are really, really interesting. And then another thing is, if you are a first-time speaker, try to come up with topics that fits the target audience for the conference. So now, every conference has different target audience. In as much as it's a developer-focused event, the conference will definitely be for the developer. So in DevRel, there's something we call market segmentation, where you have to create like developer personas, so you can really reach out to your target developer. So you can do the same thing when coming up with a topic. Ensure that your topic fits the people that are coming, fits the developers that are coming. Don't just come up with a random topic. Like, okay, let's say you want to attend KubeCon, and we all know that KubeCon has to do with Kubernetes and DevOps stuff and cloud stuff. And then you are trying to come up with a topic about something not related to cloud. Chances are your CFP will not be accepted, and that would out of affect your confidence in applying to the next CFP. So try to come up with topics that fit the target developers or the target attendees.
Thank you, Sophia. And I would like to remind you to support Sophia's YouTube channel. I want her listen to me, like she's doing things really in the right way, very authentic channel. I enjoyed. She's about to start dropping Python videos. So if you want to learn Python, if you're curious about what Sophia is doing, I think it's very interesting, especially even as a content creator. Go and subscribe. Come on. What's programmer favorite? I should read before highlight Utbah's messages.
He says some weird stuff. Sometimes definitely read it before. Because some of his things are kind of inappropriate to be shared on the big screen. But
it's fine.
Yeah,
I like to live dangerously. It's fine.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you, Francesco. So Sophia made this YouTube channel, which I'm really, really excited about because I saw her intro video and then I saw the bloopers, which were hilarious. I'm very excited to see what else she does with her channel. And yes, Upa, really. And so I just wanted to know, like, if you could kind of share, maybe everybody in the chat already knows, but I feel like they might not, is when you started your channel, what was were you scared? What was the process kind of in the very beginning? I know you shared a little bit about it with us in the stream before, but I don't think they know about what you said.
Okay, yes, I'll try to make a short version, but I think it's an interesting use case, because think about this shy guy creating a YouTube channel in 2010 and not being able to share a freaking video for 10 years. I remember, now you will laugh, of course, but I have testimonials. On the 2nd of August 2020, three of my friends, they invited me to a coffee chat, but it was just the four of us, and I was that close to don't show up. So that was my level of shyness. So I'm not joking. I have Anna McDougall, Luke Constantine, and another guy. So this was me on the 2nd, 3rd of August 2020. Then I bought a GoPro, and usually I go for a run during the summer. And also, and now you laugh, my girlfriend gifted me an Apple Watch, the Apple Watch that basically it was broken some months ago. And also, do you know Florin Pop? Have you ever heard about Florin Pop? So yes. Florin Pop played a role in all of this. So now I'll tell you all the alchemy of this stuff. So I had a GoPro, I had the Apple Watch. Florin Pop challenged me to do 100 kilometers in a month, which seems a lot, but it's not really for a runner. I can even run 20 kilometers a day. But it was for charity. So basically to give it was for charity, okay? So think about this guy with one subscriber on my channel, just my uncle. And so you needed to prove that you made these 100 kilometers. The problem is that the Apple Watch doesn't work without an iPhone. So I couldn't share the stats of the Apple Watch using an app. So I said, okay, so I'll go for a run, bringing the Apple Watch and the GoPro in my hand, and I just point the GoPro to the Apple Watch. Very manual solution. And also, yes, I also wanted to start making videos. So at some point I decided, okay, I will just record this video of me running in the early morning, and then I'll just publish it. The thing is that I was so scared that I couldn't make it that I didn't announce it. Basically, I went on the 7th of August, I woke up at 4 a.m. as usual, I went for a run, I recorded myself, I came back home, I watched a tutorial on DaVinci Resolve on how to edit things. I thought I made an incredible job in editing. It was awful, of course. And then I published the video. So it was not pre-announced or anything. So that video went just on YouTube. And my favorite comment that still I pinned on that video is Francesco on YouTube. Repeat, Francesco on YouTube. So this was my favorite comment, and I also got a lot of people supporting me and stuff. I think I got 100 subscribers in one day, which seems a lot, but I had 30,000 followers on Twitter. So the conversion was very slow. And this is the story of my YouTube channel. Last thing that I will say, yes, Utba, 10 years. This is why you can't fool me with excuses like my camera is not working, I don't have time. I used all the excuses, Utba, so it's very hard to fool me with this stuff. I got one message like this today. One thing that I would say, I say my first words on a YouTube video on the 11th video. So actually at the end of the challenge, after 11 videos, it's me like saying something. The thing is that I felt so bad because I tried like on the third, fourth video to actually record something just to say like, please donate for charity. And I was not able to record them. And I felt so bad for like not being able even to do something like, for the good. And at the end of this video, I say like something like this. So this is the end of my challenge, but not the end of my video. Please let me know what kind of videos you would like to watch, and see you next time. Bye. So this is on my 11th video. So on my 11th video, I say some words. So if you ever start a YouTube channel and you say something in your first 11 videos, you did better than me. So Sophia is already over the top like on that part. But that was the thing. And also some people told me like, hey, Francesco, you should not make this kind of videos. You will ruin your niche. I don't care. I couldn't care less. Like my goal, it was to start. And now I can do Rust tutorials, live recording. It's fine. My problem is always to get started with things. And now I can do things like this. And this was the average version. I have also an extended one, but I kept this like medium size.
That's cool though. Maybe I'm gonna start making videos of me walking my cat outside.
It depends.
I probably won't, but
it depends. For me, it was to solve my issue of publishing a video, because once I started publishing videos, it was regularly, and then I started, the Docker videos and other stuff. But for me, it has been like a very slow process. So probably you don't need it because you're already doing live. For me, doing live streams was a nightmare. Ellie, I did my first live stream on December 2020. I was scared AF because was not used, but I also still have it. But no, live streams absolutely. I couldn't make a coffee chat in October with my friends.
Yeah, so but the thing is, like with a live stream, all you have to do is click like go live, and then nothing else you can do. Like if you can't redo it again if you start saying the wrong things. You can't like be like, okay, don't look away from the live stream. I'm gonna try this fast. Like the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna say it all again because I didn't like how I said it the first time. Yes. So I feel like it's a little bit easier, but because if I make a video of myself, then I have to watch it, and I'm like, oh, that was not good, and I'm not gonna post it,
Yes, and then if you want, I can go with the second part with the Docker videos, but this is basically what I did, which is basically like I started recording Docker tutorials, and my workflow process was put the SD card inside I had another camera, then record it, then put out the SD out of the camera, put the SD in the PC, watching the clip, hating it, removing the SD, putting this again in the camera, and then record it again. What do you think about this workflow? It's very smooth. It was crazy, and it took me like days and super stressful for just recording 3 minutes. And also, I suck at memory. Like I have no memory. Like for me, if you tell me to remember 2 lines, I still can't do it. This is one of the reasons why I'm so good at math and other scientific areas. It's so hard for me to memorize things, especially text. So remembering now that I know what a teleprompter is, it's a bless, because especially if I speak in English, if you give me like 3 lines to memorize, it probably will take me like 2 hours.
Wait, so do you use a teleprompter when you're making your Rust videos?
No, during the live streams, never.
Yeah, but if you're making like a pre-recorded video, do you use a teleprompter?
It depends. If I'm confident with the topic, usually not. If I do a short video, sometimes I do. It depends. For example, for daily dev, if we agree on a script, I prefer instead of just rambling and saying random stuff.
Your video that you made to promote this live stream, which was like one sentence, was that You thought that out?
That
or
was
did
that
you
was a one
say
take.
it?
That was a one
Okay,
take.
one
Ellie.
take.
No, that
I was
one take.
wondering if you like thought, what am I gonna say? Write down one sentence and
No.
then you say it.
No,
out
but
loud.
no, but I didn't memorize it. That's the
Okay.
thing. Even that short video, 4 seconds, I don't memorize what I
Because
want
you have
to
the
say.
skills already. Like this has been years in the making, so you can do
Yeah.
things in one take now. I guess that's
Yeah.
that's what happens,
I
right?
can do most of the things in one take. And no, I never made a video a day in a life of a software developer, Utba. Disappointing you probably.
Upa should make one of those.
But Utba,
Yes. Yeah, you
if you are
should.
asking this, it means that you want to do it. This is
Right,
why
I
you are
think he
asking this
does.
to me.
He has a secret desire, day in the life of my home
Thank
lab. Here's
Please
my
do it.
Raspberry Pi.
Please
So
do
thank
it.
God. So
Please make one, Upa.
excuse me, Utba, but you ask me something, I say no, and then you say, thank God I hate those videos. This is like asking someone, like, do you
Terrible.
have ice cream? I say no. Okay, because I hate it.
Right.
It's a bit weird, but
This is
Yeah.
trolling us, guys.
so next video on Sophia's YouTube channel, a day in the
Day in the
life of a
life.
software engineer.
No.
Oh my God. If we ever meet up in real life, the three of us at the Italian conference, we should do like a day in the life of three
We will
developers
put,
at this
so
conference.
we will record this with some slow motion, emotional music, and then we'll force you to watch it, Utba.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we can meet at the
Yes.
airport, like set up a tripod, and when, like one of us from one corner and the other corner, it's so good to see you, and then we're like running towards each other, and then we'll eat food in slow motion, like some maybe we could eat like Italian noodles, but we use chopsticks and like offend
Italian
people.
noodles, you mean
right?
spaghetti.
Right.
Italian
Exactly.
noodles. Okay.
I'm already offending people.
It
right?
seems
So
I can
we will
say
write Italian
people from
noodles in
Asia
the
because to
caption,
call
though.
them Italian noodles for me is an insult.
I know. That's what the point is. Like we just gotta insult as many people as possible in slow motion, right? And then it'd be
Slow
worse.
motion, of course, zooming in, of course.
Zooming into the eating
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, very
and have like the
important
eating sounds too.
Yes. Now, very important question related to going to in-person events. Favorite ice cream flavor?
I don't know. Recently, I've been eating these pistachio ice cream mochi things. So it's like ice cream with the mochi outside. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about?
No, mochi, but it's like the Japanese thing.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese thing, but it has ice cream inside it. It's really good. So
Okay.
I like those, but I'm not like a huge ice cream person, to be honest, because usually it's too sweet, and I'm like, ew, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take that much ice cream, and whenever I do have an ice cream, it's usually vanilla or strawberry and vanilla. I'm quite boring in that way.
Yeah. So
Strawberry's good though.
ice creams are super cheap in Italy compared to the living. You can
Don't you have
actually
gelato?
you can actually have an ice cream literally that big for like 4 euros.
Nice.
Literally like this, and it's also very good in Italy. Flavors, there are many. Coconut is probably one of my favorite ones, but it depends.
I thought you guys don't eat ice cream though. You eat gelato.
Gelato, yes. For us, there is not ice cream. We just call it gelato,
It's
and that's
just
it.
gelato.
For me, it's just that. I don't know if there are other things, but
Wait,
Right,
so
we have a
gelato
different
is
in
not
the
ice
US.
cream?
It's different. It has a different texture a little bit. I think it's like
Yeah.
thicker than ice cream. But yeah, we have like gelato places and ice cream places, so it's
yeah.
separate.
And for me, it's crazy because we call the gelato, and we translate the gelato, which is the Italian for ice cream, in ice cream. So it's absolutely confusing. I don't have
see.
another word.
Confusing.
I just have ice cream for our gelato, but then what is
It's like
ice cream?
Americanized gelato.
I
ice
should
cream.
call it like American ice cream, but that's a super long word. So
Right.
we have American coffee. We call it American coffee. But
Well,
yes.
we do Americano, right?
Yes, Americano.
Hmm.
Perfect. Okay. Nice. Chai tea.
Yeah.
Yes, chai
So-
tea doesn't make sense.
Fran, I actually have a question for you.
Go on, I'm
So
ready.
All right. Well, I have two, but I will go. I will start one first. So now, when you're making videos, you just said that you are not that good with memorizing stuff. So how do you come up with scripts and how do you use teleprompter? Because I tried that and I got confused by reading it on my screen while making the video, and when I tried to do it without the script, the videos are now very long.
Yes, so it depends. For example, for technical videos about Rust, usually I don't use a teleprompter. I have something on the side of the main things I want to say, but I move a lot because I have my code, my things, so I don't watch like straight into the camera and say like Rust is a compiler. I just have some notes, and that's more natural. For teleprompter, I have it. Something I do, I use the phone with a teleprompter with a big font. In this case, you probably can't say if basically my eyes, they don't do this crazy thing. So because I see teleprompters with the text like very, very large, and with a small text, you basically end up doing this. I use the phone, which is smaller, and then I increase the font size and I make it like say faster. And I can send you some videos, and probably have you seen the Italian video I made?
Yes.
That's done with a teleprompter. For example, I'm reading there. So, but and it takes some time, but it's basically what they do on television. So yes, the teleprompter can be very useful, especially if you are not a native speaker. But even for Italian, it depends on the format of the message of the video. If you want to say exactly that message, even if you send a bit more construct is fine. Absolutely, it can be lifesaver. Or maybe you are not in your best day, so with the teleprompter you save and you actually make the video. Otherwise, you just skip. So, if the choice is between using teleprompter and not recording the video at all, it can be a lifesaver for a video
maybe
creator.
It's good to start with. Maybe like using a teleprompter in the beginning will make you more comfortable in a way, and then you could slowly get into some improv versions.
Yes, I think it really depends on the format. Like especially for short videos, you want to deliver this exact message in 20 seconds. So you don't want to say. With a teleprompter, I can make a video in 1-2 takes, max 3 takes, and the video is done. With a teleprompter, you can keep forgetting stuff, and I can even end up like 30 minutes. So now the time I put the teleprompter in and then I put it out, it's just 5-10 minutes. So it's usually worth it if I want to say exactly those words. For example, I made a video about data structure and algorithm when there is math, but in English. Like I know how to say math concept in Italian, but I never mentioned Italian math concept in English. So I really needed a teleprompter there because I don't know, like I've off function f of n. I wanted to it's a bit hard for me to go into the technical part. So it depends on the form. Live streams, I never used a teleprompter using a live stream. Doing a live stream, never. So that's it. But during the live stream, then I can cut some parts and just record them again. For short videos, usually I prefer to use it because I can see that because if I want to see straight into the camera, probably having that can really help. Can really help at the beginning. If you're struggling, if you're not struggling and you know exactly what to say, why not? Otherwise, you can just put something on this part of the screen and you can just... it depends, because if you are, for example, coding and doing stuff and you keep something on your side, people don't even notice it because you are basically doing like this while you're talking. When I do my Rust live streams, on one screen I have the things I want to say, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, because
people are still talking about gelato. Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed that using a teleprompter was very difficult for me, because once I have it on a part of my screen, I try as much as possible to follow that line by line, and then it gets difficult because I'm trying to express myself while speaking, like express myself in the sentences, but the script is like very structured. So I just decided to not use teleprompter, and then the second video I recorded for the YouTube playlist was very long because I tried doing it without a prompter, without a script, just from my head, from what I have learned. That was Python, data types in Python, and I ended up recording 20 minutes, and editing it now I have to cut a lot of things out because it felt like I was over explaining a lot of stuff and just randomly speaking at some points.
Of course. So I would say teleprompter, I think we should have like the TV approach. So like you should not say exactly those words, but it's more like the sense of what I might say. So you have two choices. Either you actually put the things, the natural things inside the script. I don't know, like for example, and like you put it as like something natural on the script, like some poses or like something like say, and I really like that, like something like that. Or you just, I mean, usually I put it, I read it once without recording, and then I record it. Usually this is the process now. About recording without a teleprompter, I think that it's very important to, if you make practice, basically now also what I do during my live streams, I understand that I stumble and I say something wrong. I just freeze and I say this again and I cut that part. It sounds easy, but it's not. You have to like reset your brain, like you time travel your brain, and you just say the sentence again, more calm. Usually it's when you speed up a bit, you talk too fast. So I take a breath and then I record that part again, I cut it, and in the final video, it usually I'm happy, or I just cut the whole thing. So if I don't like it. So
all right. So now the second question I wanted to ask is about your book, the Rust book coming out in 2025. So what made you to like, why did you decide to finally put out a paid content? Why did it take you that long?
Being crazy, probably. That's the main reason. No, many reasons. The first one is that I've been creating free content for 4 years and a half, and I never created a single paid content. Never. Not either like an ebook €1 on how to grow on Twitter, and I see people with 10,000 people making courses, so probably I'm dumb. And also I decided to go with an editor, probably earning less money, but my goal is not to earn money, but to start having this process. And I also wanted to do something technical, I would say, and having an editor, it means that I am accountable. This keeps me accountable. I have already done 4 chapters out of 16, and because I really want to dive deep into the niche, but for real, not just as a joke or just being a Twitter influencer. So I really want to go I really want to dive deep for real in a niche before it becomes mainstream. I don't know if you saw the Stack Overflow survey 2024. Rust is the most loved programming language by far, like 5% from the second one. So I want to pick that niche before it becomes mainstream. I don't know if you know that Python was not famous 20 years ago, 15 years ago. It was not that famous. Python has been created in 1995, but in 2010 it was still not that used. So it was very similar to what was Rust now. Like, okay, some people use it, but it's very niched. And then it exploded, and now Python is probably mentioned in the first 3 programming languages. So my bet is that in 5 years, this is what Rust will become for some parts, not everything, but for some parts. Maybe AI, I don't know. But I wanted to take the train before everyone else, since for my whole life I've always been late. Like I published my first app like after 10 years, and I started the channel after 10 years. So for once, I will try to anticipate. And I think that writing content on the book that then I can also use as a script for my videos, and maybe in the future a paid course, is the best solution, even if it takes a lot of energy. So that's my answer, Sophia. But thank you so much. I love this answer.
So why did you choose Rust and not like create the content on Docker?
Yeah, because first of all, okay, so Docker is a technology I love, but first of all, it relies on other technologies. There are also already great content about Docker. People have been creating content about Docker for 10 years. I know Docker very well, but still, to create a course, I should put a lot of energy, and I think that there is still already huge free content or paid content which is really professional. So it's from a content creator perspective. So, and I've been doing Docker before Rust. I also can do Docker and Rust, by the way. So Docker can be connected with everything. Okay, you know what? Docker I can create, but after a while, that's it. Like, this is Docker. Like, I can teach you Docker in 2 hours, and that's it. Then you can use some implementation with some other languages. Rust is a language. Rust, I can go live and build an application. I can't build an application with Docker. I can Dockerize an application. I made 15 videos on my channel Dockerizing different types of application. I think I'm the only channel on YouTube who has like Docker with 10 different technologies. But still, that's it. Docker is the Dockerization part. That's it. From a content creator perspective, that's it. There are some news of Docker three times a year. But my goal is that now with a programming language, I can say, okay, let's build an application, and then I actually build an application. This will be after the core part. I want to first cover all the core parts. I'm about half of, there is an online Rust book, it's not a secret. I'm following that lessons, and I'm doing the video version. I think that I will end in February 2025, so I still have some work to do. But that's it. So, but still, love Docker images. I like Docker images and volumes, but networking confusing. I'm not a good DevOps. Yeah, because you didn't attend my talk when I explained. There was one slide about Docker networking, Chris. By the way, I have a Docker video on my YouTube channel. Sorry for the shameless plug. When I talk briefly about Docker networking, but yeah, it's not easy. Okay, perfect. How long have we going? Almost 2 hours. You are kind of resilient, I would say. Yeah, hard to give up. Yeah, but I think that maybe we can start to wrap up with this. What do you think?
Yeah,
did you enjoy this?
Take my cat on a walk. So.
Of course. So, it sounds a bit funny, but I understand.
Yeah, yes. But yeah, it was fun. I learned a lot. Now I'm inspired. I'm like, should I make videos and use a teleprompter?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I used to do a lot of my, in university, you have to do like presentations and stuff. So a lot of my classes were online in the last 2 years. And a lot of my I think literally all of my presentations, I used a teleprompter, and very rarely were people noticed. So I got pretty good at the teleprompter thing. Yeah, you just have to put it right next to the camera. Like you have to put the words you're going to say right next to the camera, and then make them really big, and and you have to read the line and kind of remember it. Don't actually read it, and then you have to go back to the line. Yeah, because if you read it, then your eyes will move like this, even if it's big. You have to look at the camera and like look around, and then you have to pretend to have some words like you just add a couple, sprinkle them in there so people don't know what you're reading.
Yeah, it's a technique. Yeah. And by the way, you will be the only one who will notice it. Like when I watch a video, now I can say if someone is reading from a teleprompter now, because I'm using it.
Sometimes it's obvious, right?
So once you start using a teleprompter, you start noticing when someone else is using a teleprompter. So now I'm doomed from this. Now if I watch any video and if I start reading from a teleprompter, I start watching at their eyes and I stop listening what they are saying. And Utba say, I wish I could say I enjoyed it. It's fine, Utba. Our goal it was just to run some ads here, so I think I achieved my goal. So
Yeah,
it's
earned
fine.
a couple
From
cents,
our
right?
point of view, it's
Yeah.
we consider this a success. And I just wanted to talk with Ellie, so it's fine. Utba, we didn't meet at render. We met with just say hi. I don't know. I didn't say if we say hi. By the way. Anyway, you could have been here now, Utba. You see this space
bad.
from this chat. This could have been you. If we
Yes,
would have,
it could have.
yes.
Next time. I'm talking to Upa in like an hour. Actually, we're having a
I'm very
video
sorry
call.
for this. I'm very sorry for this, Ellie. Stay strong.
know.
You probably need some
I will.
time. And I mean, if you are tired, if you don't want to have a call with Uba, I think that it's absolutely understandable.
I'll have to meditate
Yes, it is.
beforehand so I don't get too upset.
I achieved the gaming FOMO to Utba. So this is the revenge for telling me that you didn't enjoy the live stream. Okay. Sophia, Ellie, thank you so much. I'll share last time. I want to see everyone subscribing to their channel, otherwise this would absolutely upset me. So we did this. This was supposed to be a full collaboration, but it seems that Twitch is still not there. But because I thought
We'll
would
try it
actually
when it's out of
just
beta.
going live,
Yeah.
but we'll see. But this stream, I think it's interesting that I can highlight from this. So basically, streamer is more or less doing what I do. I don't know if I can actually share the shared chat on the screen.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's actually possible, but I will try.
Share
that's
the
it.
chats, like chats from other channels or
Yeah, but I should share what I see here in StreamYard.
Yeah, I think you can if you're on the web version of StreamYard, but I don't know.
yeah,
this
because
is-
I can see every chat from YouTube, from
You, but I
Twitter,
mean,
from
then we
Twitch.
want to share this on the screen. That's what I say. Sharing this
okay.
screen would be nice, and then it would be a real
I think they
multi-stream.
have that. I don't know. They have
I
that on
should sh-
Restream.
Yes, yeah, they have that on Restream.
Restream has this feature that you can share what is here.
StreamYard did too, though. Yeah, you can
Hmm.
pull up the chat on the screen, but
No.
Mm.
I think what he means is on Streamlabs that the chat can pop up once someone sends a message, right?
No, this is already popped out of this chat, but this is the chat of my Twitch channel. I want to share what I see here on StreamYard, and I don't know if that's possible. Probably it is. I don't know. We'll see.
right.
We will see. It seems easy until you start inviting guests. This is the core essence of a live stream. It seems easy, but when you start
Oh.
inviting guests, everything becomes a bit more complicated.
True.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming, and best of luck. I'll keep following all the stuff. Sophia, Ellie, big fan of both of you. I want to see you doing cool stuff. And yes, thank you so much. This was a nice idea while I was just streaming by myself, so it was been a less boring live stream, of course. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming, and
Thanks
see
for
you.
inviting us.
Thanks for
Yes.
having us, Francesco.
Nice. Thank you
And
so much.
Ellie, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye bye,
you.
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.